I'd say I have a love-hate relationship with Project Zomboid. And now that might be a bold thing for me to say considering I have almost 1,200 hours clocked in on this game in Steam. But I really do find myself having a love-hate relationship with this game. Time and time again I drop it, but I always find myself coming back to it, kind of like a drug addiction or an infinite cycle. I have a lot of reasons to love this game. One of them is the environment, vibe, and overall design of Project Zomboid. I'd say I have a pretty deep connection to the game though, and a lot of nostalgia for it. When I think of Project Zomboid, I think back to when I was entering my freshman year of high school, and the amount of time I spent playing this game in that summer, and all throughout my freshman year. I have quite a lot of nostalgia for this game, and I'm not necessarily new to the community. I've been in the Project Zomboid community for about 5 years, and I picked this game up on December 31st, 2019, so I've been playing for some time now. But apart from my nostalgia, I do have some other reasons for loving this game, and along with that, I have reasons to dislike this game. About my first reason, it's a pretty bold one. There's no other game like Project Zomboid. There's no other zombie survival game that is in depth with so many systems and just skill trees and focuses to work through that give you so much playtime out of the game. My second reason is the map size. The map size is extremely massive, and along with that, Build 42 made the map even bigger, reworked half the map, and along with that, there's basements, skyscrapers, and a bunch of hidden gems to explore. And there's always somewhere unique for you to base at. And you can base anywhere, like in a basement, a storage shed, a skyscraper. There's a limitless entirely, you can do anything. You can base anywhere, and that's what I really liked about it. Additionally, going off of my second reason, Project Zomboid has environmental storytelling. And what that means is there's stories that are told throughout the map with zombies, people that are dead with guns, things like that. There's little things like that. You can find camps of people that were eaten or that are zombies, things like that. There's unique stories through the environmental storytelling that is randomly generated and not randomly generated. And additionally, Project Zomboid has its own lore that you can watch videos on that goes in depth, and you can even watch the fall of Kentucky just fall through all the zombies, the infection on TV and on the news. You can listen to it and watch it in real time in your game as it's happening. So that's one of my main I really like that. The environmental storytelling in this game is a massive component to why the environment is just so good. Because, Indie Stone had to work around this thing of not having, NPCs to tell a story, and it's a sandbox game. But you can tell the story of the Knox County event, the infection, through the environmental storytelling, whether it be the news channel, the hidden radio stations, the exclusion zones that you can find with dead police officers and military people. There's things like this that you can find that are just a chef's kiss. And for my fourth reason, or one of my main reasons why, my fourth main reason why I enjoy this game is the variety of roles and jobs and skill trees that are offered within Project Zomboid. And what I mean by this is you can play either a doctor, a burger flipper, a burglar, and each of them comes with a unique set of skills and things that no other occupation will offer, which is very cool to me. And on top of that, you can make builds that are specific for certain things. For an example, you can make a very athletic build that is meant for sprinters, or you can make one that is meant for carpentry. It is just entirely based on your playthrough, and with each playthrough, it's different. And there's so many different negative and positive traits that can affect the way you play, which is so unique to me. You can be basically blind and need glasses. You can be a heavy smoker, and on top of that, there's mods that affect this even more and add more roles that affect gameplay. So that's my fourth reason. For my fifth and final reason, it's the simplest way to say it. There is no other game like Project Zomboid in the gaming space at the moment. And over the years, it has built a very dedicated community of modders and players who continually enhance the game. Despite all of these strengths though, the game isn't perfect. It has issues in its own right. And one of the first issues I'm going to be talking about is the lack of support for multiplayer. And what I'm talking about isn't, the multiplayer in Build 42 unstable. I know it's not going to be in the unstable release of the game, but I'm referring to the poor netcode for multiplayer. For instance, in Build 41, the lag and numerous associated issues were incredibly frustrating. For example, PvP is broken, and there is so much desync within the multiplayer that I feel this problem hasn't been addressed enough by IndieStone or the community. While many players might not realize how significant this issue is, as somebody who has managed a Project Zomboid server for over 2 years, I can confirm it was a massive challenge to get it running smoothly and effectively. I'm hopeful that the netcode for multiplayer will be fixed and rewritten, as it has remained unchanged since the earliest builds of the game. IndieStone has promised, though, that it will be revamped and improved in the full release of Build 42, and I hope sincerely that they will deliver on this promise and not leave us empty-handed. My second negative is the lack of long-term goals, and what I mean by this is having things to do in the endgame after you built a sustainable base. This has been somewhat addressed in the newest build of Project Zomboid, but at the same time, the new building systems and animals don't provide more in-game goals or activities. However, this is one of the challenges of having a sandbox game, is leaving endgame goals up to the player to make those set goals. Overall, my final issue lies more within the bugs of the game, and the lack of bug fixes we saw in Build 41. I'm hoping during the lifespan of Build 42 we see more regular bug fixes and tweaks made to the game. Along with that, I love Project Zomboid, but at times I really do hate this game. To me, it's like a substance abuse issue, and somehow it always manages to get back into my life and get me addicted. But overall, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.